What's going on, everybody? It is your boy Chris, man. I am here at the Work Hard, Play Harder podcast. It is Thursday, June 4th, 2026. My name is Chris Drummond. I am a freelance sports reporter based out of upstate New York here and proprietor of this podcast, Work Hard, Play Harder, where I bring individuals on to talk about their why and get to know them outside of their occupation. I got a very special guest that's on with me today, as she is a writer, journalist based out of New Mexico. And we're going to talk to her about her why of getting into journalism. Her name is Lauren Lifke. And we're also going to ask her some get to know you questions as well. So without any further ado, I introduce you the talented, wonderful, and the beautiful Lauren. Welcome to the podcast.
Thank you so much for inviting me on. I'm happy to be here.
I'm happy to have you on, Lauren. I really am. And this is going to be a fun one. We're definitely going to have some different questions, but we're going to get some get to know you questions as well. And my first question, as it always is with everybody that comes on this podcast, is what is your why? Why do you do what you do? Did you have any role models or any inspirations maybe growing up? But ultimately, what is your why for getting into journalism?
I think for me, I always wanted to focus on data and investigative journalism. I
Mm.
first was feeling inspired by journalism in high school when the 2020 election was happening, and that was when I was first kind of learning about the government and stuff. So
Sure.
after I was learning about it through journalists, and so through that, I realized I wanted to do that. I wanted to have that kind of impact on people, like especially young people who might not know these sorts of things. But yeah, now what I aim to do is report on smaller stories in smaller communities and report on things that nobody's reporting. So digging through records and just finding anything relevant in our records and anything that nobody else is covering.
Now, did you like writing growing up, or did you aspire to be something else while you was growing up, or did you always feel like journalism may be like more of a calling for you?
When I was a young kid, I was really good at math, actually.
Mm.
But I liked writing better. So I like going through middle school and high school. That was when I started to like writing a little bit more.
Hmm.
And then, yeah, and so those two things kind of resulted in me majoring in statistics and journalism. So I was able to kind of get both of those.
Now, I know you went to Las Cruces doing some background research, as I know I do on every guest here. You went to Las Cruces High School, if I'm not mistaken. And I hope I'm right about that. Am I right?
Hopefully, high school.
Oh, you did. So you didn't go to Las Cruces,
No, no.
but are you from Las Cruces?
I'm from Albuquerque.
Albuquerque. Okay. Interesting. I don't know why it said. I was doing my research. I was writing stuff down. It literally said your name, but my apologies. Albuquerque. Okay. So tell me about Albuquerque, New Mexico, because I've never been there. What are some things that if a person wants to travel to there, wants to visit that new city, what are some things that you would do in Albuquerque or tell a tourist to do?
The first thing that comes to my mind is the tram on the mountains. So we have the Sandia Mountains to the east of the city.
Mhm.
Um, so Albuquerque is kind of unique in that way. We have mountains to the east of us, and then we have tribal reservations north, south, and west. So it's confined into a space where it's a small city, big community. But yeah, I think going up on the tram up to our big Sandia Mountains, it's the best view in the city. You can see all the lights and all of that. And yeah, just some other things. The Albuquerque Balloon Fiesta that comes around every October, where 500 hot air balloons go up into the air. It's a
Oh my
very
gosh.
pretty 5 days in the air. So yeah, those are the
Okay.
top two things for sure. And our food here. Our food is great. Green chili, all that.
For sure, definitely on the food, for sure. I love that. Okay. Talk to me about choosing the University of New Mexico. Um, I want to know, were there any other schools that could have persuaded you from choosing the University U of UNM, or was that your school that you always wanted to go to?
So actually, I had a little bit of an interesting journey over to UNM. When I was applying to colleges in high school, I had this level of angst about it, where I just was like, I need to get out of Albuquerque. I'm gonna go somewhere else. So I applied to only schools in big cities during my senior year of high
Hmm.
school. And
Okay.
so for my freshman year, I went to American University. And
Mm.
so after that first year, there was a lot of reasons that I left, but one of the big ones was that New Mexico became the first state to allow free tuition for its residents. So the end of
No.
my freshman year is when they were started giving out free tuition to us. So I was like, I'm just going to go back to UNM and back to that the journalism department there and the stats department, and just
Makes sense.
living closer to my family here. So yeah, I kind of ended up back at UNM, but it was a good decision that I made.
I would say so. No question about that. What drew you to American University at first, though? Let me ask you that.
I liked that it was in a big city, and I wanted to lean more into political reporting. So at that point, I
Hmm.
wanted to like maybe do national politics. But since then, I've kind of pivoted to being more interested in like city, local politics. So I think UNM gave me a good baseline for that.
I like that. Okay, I can respect that. I didn't even know about that tidbit about the free tuition. Is that still going on for people that's residents in New Mexico?
Yeah, it's there's some caveats, but it's widely a lot of people are getting free tuition.
Wow, I like that. That's pretty awesome. I'm gonna ask you some favorite questions, Lauren, and you just give me the 411 off the rip based upon these favorite questions. Okay, so here we go. Favorite meal that you like to cook?
Oh man. Noodles, pasta.
Okay, are we talking like ramen, spaghetti, like rigatoni? What kind of noodles we talking about?
I love a rigatoni. I'm kind of not the greatest chef, so like pasta's one of the only things I can make. A rigatoni with like tomatoes and feta is really good.
Okay. Listen, I'll be honest with you. I have only driven through New Mexico. Like I've never ever even stopped or visited New Mexico at all. But when I do pull up, I'm gonna have to say what's up to you for sure. Cause I love me some pasta. I do. I
Oh yeah.
do. That's what's up. So I love that. Okay. But I'm also a huge steak person. Steak and chicken is definitely my favorite. I could whip that up too pretty good.
Oh
Okay. Favorite concert you've ever attended?
yeah. Oh man. I went to a Conan Gray concert pretty recently up at Red Rocks. I think Red Rocks is a great place to go to a concert, and it's pretty close to me. So
Now, are we talking the Red Rocks in Colorado, right?
yeah, yeah.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Okay, I feel you on that. One of the best amphitheaters ever. No question about that. I love that place. I don't know who is Conan Gray, and I'm sorry for the people that will watch this, but I do not know who Conan Gray is. Talk to me. Who's Conan Gray?
It's kind of a like younger artist. He used to be a YouTuber, but it's kind of just like indie music. He was
Mm,
a YouTuber like back in the day. I got into his music when I was in high school, and he dropped a new album back in last year. So that new album was one of my favorite albums I've
okay.
seen. So it was really great to see that live.
Are they is he kind of like a correlation to what maybe Tame Impala is? Do you know who Tame Impala is?
I do. Not quite, but like sort of in the same realm of like more like Taylor Swifty, if that makes any sense.
That makes somewhat sense. Yes. Yes, for sure, 10,000%. Okay, got you. I got you. You'll have to hit me up with some song titles, and maybe I can go on my Pandora and see what's up. I'll definitely take a listen for sure. Um, Favorite place you've ever traveled to?
Ooh, I would say Valencia, Spain. I did a little bit of a
Mm,
study abroad just for a couple months there. That
okay.
was really cool. Yeah, I was really happy to be able to be in Europe and like a walkable city was definitely a breath of fresh air from a big city like Albuquerque.
For sure. I'm definitely going to hit you up with some Rex because Spain is definitely on the bucket list for me to go for sure. I would say mine is Jamaica. When I was able to go to Jamaica on a cruise, I thought that was great. The food there, the beaches there. I'm a huge beachy type of person, so I definitely like beach and water and stuff like that and just good weather. Now, it was extremely hot. It was in the triple digits. I don't really like that. But I do like the fact that it was sunny as opposed to rain and snow and all that, all the cold. Yeah. So I do like that. It's pretty cool. Okay. I'm a sports person, Lauren. So I'm going to ask you this two-part sports question. So here we go. Favorite sport you like to watch on TV? Favorite sport you like to attend in person? It could be the same sport.
Ooh, I'm not much of a sports person, but football is always playing on the TV. My dad is a Packers fan, so that's kind of just something I have some like just loyalty to the Packers.
For
And my
sure.
favorite sport to see live is basketball. The games at UNM are really, really good, really intense. And yeah, that's my favorite sport in person.
As an alumni, do you get a chance to go back and watch any of those Lobos basketball games now?
Yeah, I went to like one kind of recently. I hadn't been to that many back when I was in college, and so this one was like really, it was a bigger game. It was kind of crazy, but it was really good to see that like after graduating.
For sure. Awesome. And I love the fact that you said football. Football is one of my favorite sports for sure. God bless your dad for being a Packers fan. No question about that. My family's from Chicago. So that's enough said on that one. So you understand. So I get it. I'm not a Bears fan though, because as I told you, I grew up in California. So the Chargers are actually my team. So yes, I'm a huge Chargers fan. So I like that. Pretty awesome. Last of the favorites. When I do pull up to your town, I'm not sure if you're still in Albuquerque or not, or close to it, but when I do come there, what is your favorite place that you like to go out and eat at?
Frontier is a must see. Frontier is a restaurant right across from UNM. They have all
Mhm.
sorts of New Mexico dishes, burritos, lots of green chili, which is very important here.
Yeah,
And yeah,
of course.
anybody who passes through here has got to pass through Frontier Restaurant. It's can't miss it. It's a big yellow roof across from UNM.
Okay, I definitely would do that. Like I said, when I do pull up to Albuquerque, I'm definitely gonna have to say hello to you if you're still there, but then also get some Frontier as well. 'Cause I definitely would love that. That's for sure. Okay, that's what's up. Now, let's talk about your day-to-day process. As you know, as a journalist, no 2 days are ever the same. Sometimes our hours vary as well. If you're lucky enough, you may get a set schedule. But then again, with like I said, breaking news, things that happen, interviews, as far as talking to different sources, and then also different projects. Sometimes different projects take a little longer to finish than others. But that's the reason why we love journalism, because we love the story tell and we love to write these different stories and do that. But it comes sometimes with those kind of challenges. I would love to know, as a data journalist, as you want to be an investigative data journalist, what is your day-to-day process? What time do you start? What time do you finish? How many articles do you write per day or per week? Is your publication something that prints every day or something like that? Just let me know, what is your day-to-day?
So right now I'm freelancing with a couple different outlets in New Mexico.
Mhm.
And so right now what I'm only doing is like investigative pieces, more long form.
Okay.
Public records requests are a lot of what I spend my day on. I don't do as many interviews recently, because
Mhm.
I'm kind of still digging into records on a few projects I'm working on. But yeah, I wake up, I submit a public record request a lot of the time,
Mm.
and then I kind of just work on some other things as well. I just started a summer program for data journalism over at Columbia, so I'm excited to be doing that. So that's taking up a lot of my time right now as well. So yeah, I'm kind of just trying to do freelance, all sorts of investigative work.
Which the life of a freelancer has its pros, has its cons. It's like anything does. I too am a freelancer. I typically, as I told you, I do teach, but I also contact different teams, different publications, networks. If there's something of an event that they need me to cover or would like for me to cover, I try to outsource myself to be able to do that, which is something that you're doing as well. Uh, just kind of a bonus question. I know you said you put in a request for a public record. As a journalist, what is the process? So some people may not know what the process is of getting that done. What is the process of submitting a public records request and going through that?
So in New Mexico, it's a little bit easier than in some other states. Basically,
Mhm.
any record is public here.
Okay.
So to request a record, all you have to do really is just go to the website of whatever department you're requesting records from. And if you
Mhm.
just type in like I'm requesting this police report, they might get back to you. Hopefully they do. But what I use is a template. So I have kind of this long few paragraphs like explaining our public record law so that nobody can, act like they don't know.
Right.
And then I just kind of mad libs it and I fill in whatever record I'm requesting. So I kind of just have a pretty consistent process with it.
Now you said long form, and in my mind, long form. Whenever I write stories, is anywhere between I would say maybe 15 to 2,500 words of long form, and that's just me writing a long form type story. Sometimes it may be longer. When you say long form, what are we talking as far as the pieces that you write as far as length?
So I guess long form I kind of more meant like long, it's taken a long time, I guess. So pieces
Oh, okay,
that
I
I've
got you.
written long form in terms of like 1,500 words or more. That's something that I was doing with like New Mexico PBS. I recently wrote like a 1,500 word news analysis article.
Hmm.
So
Hmm.
that one was really cool. I was able to go to the gubernatorial debate here, and I was able to kind of analyze the news there. But yeah, aside from that, I think a lot of what I'm doing is just taking a while and like waiting to hear back from sources, and like trying to find sources is a big thing that I'm still working on with a lot of the stuff.
Now, do you like the freelancing type thing? Because for me personally, I definitely like the flexibility that freelance gives me, and also the power to be able to talk about different things or cover different things that I want to cover. Because typically, when you're in a station or a network, especially stations and networks, you're under contract. Publications, not so much, but you're under contract, for about 2, 3 years, and you have to do what the masters tell you. Do you like freelancing, or are you waiting for another opportunity to possibly get on full time with somewhere?
I prefer freelancing. I've had internships full time and fellowships full time, and freelancing was really what works the best for me. I'm doing freelance like journalism, and I'm able to work on whatever I want to be working on and take
Yeah.
however much time I need to be taking. But yeah, I think a big thing is wanting to work on like specifically things I want to work on. I don't want to be necessarily bogged down by like breaking news or whatever. Um, and yeah, and on the side, I'm bartending, so I kind of have
Oh,
these two income sources that are both working together for me.
okay. Now I gotta ask, what's your favorite drink that you like to make as a bartender?
Oh man, I'm still learning some drink making, so right now margarita is the best I can do.
Very simple. I feel that, and you definitely put the salt around the rim. I'm guessing, right? Okay.
Tahini on the rim is good.
I got you. I got you. Enough said. That's what's up. Okay. Now, I hope I got this research right, but I'm researching that you worked at the Rio Rancho Observer before. Okay,
Yeah.
so you definitely did that. Okay, got you. So I want to ask you, what did you learn from that process of being able to work in a newsroom type of setting publication that you apply now to your role as a freelancer?
So that was my first, basically, like anything that I had done in journalism, and I definitely had a lot of like social anxiety about it. So I think what I learned from that was just how to talk to people. Like I learned how to reach out and how to kind of level with people and realize that like I'm a person just like them and they're a person just like me. So I just learned a lot of people skills in that job, and I was able learned how to basically make a phone call and things like that.
I feel that. Now, listen, I'm shocked that you said that because it seems like very easy that we're talking right now, you and I. Now, maybe one on one you might be better than groups. Is that what I'm getting, or was
Yeah.
you just nervous like a period?
I was generally pretty nervous. I think I've come a long way since then.
I like that. I do. And listen, journalism will tell you that. And so there's some stories and some people that you talk to that are interesting people, and they would definitely bring you out of your shell. No question about that. Depending on the story that you do, and plus you got to ask for things, public records and be able to write stuff like that. So I totally understand, and I'm happy that you did because I'm very happy I'm talking to you right now. It's a great segue though, because I want to talk to you about mental health and work life balance. And the reason why I want to touch upon this, Lauren, is because I've been in this for about 9 years. I've seen many journalists leave this industry because their mental health was affected. I've seen many journalists leave because their work balance just could not get balanced. In my opinion, I don't think you ever really get the 50-50 balance. I think balance looks differently for everybody. I want you to tell me, though, how do you keep your mental health strong, but also still have a good work life balance? Because you seem like a wonderful lady to be around. I certainly wouldn't mind hanging out with you. And I think your friends and family feel the same way. But I know you also love journalism as well. So talk to me about that.
So I've definitely struggled with my mental health in journalism and just in general. I'm just a little bit genetically predisposed to some of those things. So I think I've learned a lot in the past few months about mental health and journalism. So I guess for me, I was in a fellowship last year that was not good for my mental health.
Okay.
So for a minute there, I was like honestly not really doing my best job. And ultimately, there it got to a point where I decided it wasn't the right fit, and that was the best decision I could have made. I like realized, I think a big thing is like knowing yourself. I realized myself like, okay, this isn't going to keep working out. And so like once I kind of really found in myself how I was feeling about it, it was pretty easy to make the decision to do what I needed to do. And so I left that full-time job to do freelance, and now I'm working on the things that I want to be working on. So yeah, I guess just a big thing is knowing your own limits and knowing that you can leave. Leaving is an option if you must, but yeah, and you can always come back.
Did it take you a while? Because I know you said you realized it and then you said, okay, it's time to go. But you know how sometimes where you're in a situation and you kind of go back and forth trying to think that maybe we could make this work somehow, some way. But was it like, okay, I'm gonna try to make this work somehow, some way, and it's just not working, or it's like, yo, I gotta leave, I'm out.
There was a few months of like, I don't know, I don't know, I don't know, and then there was just kind of
Right.
one final thing that I was like, okay, I've made my decision.
Made it a little bit more easier. Okay. Well, listen, that's a real thing in journalism. A lot of people go through that, and it's good things. Good thing that you realized that and knew that. So, coming into the freelancing gig of having more power of doing what you want to do, what kind of boundaries do you set now? I mean, I know me personally, I set boundaries to the point of, okay, listen, even though I'm picking my stuff that I want to do, I will not answer my phone at this time. I will not do this at this time. I will not check social media at this time because I'm focused on what I'm doing. Is there still boundaries that you still set for yourself?
Yeah, so I try to keep like a 9 to 5 sort of schedule. But the big thing that's been helpful for me to like kind of keep that balance is timing, how long it takes me to do things. So I
Mhm.
start every morning. This is a recent thing that I've started doing is every morning I journal 3 pages. And I
Okay.
just stream of consciousness, 3 pages. I learned about it from a book called The Artist's Way. So I kind of
Wow.
start my mornings before 9 with that, and then and I set a 25-minute timer and I do that, and then that makes me feel accomplished to start the day. And then I guess the rest of the day, I basically just time out 30-minute increments while I'm working, so I know how long it's been taking me to do things and how long it's going to take me to do things in the future. And so I don't know, excessive using a planner, excessive planning, excessive journaling is really just writing everything down is what really helps me keep that work-life balance and keep that 9 to 5 sort of lifestyle.
That I definitely feel you with the planning. Obviously, this is how we linked up. I'm a crazy type of planner myself. I have to plan out at least 3 to 4 weeks in advance because obviously with me doing sports schedules come out way in advance, and you kind of know when the games are coming up and what teams you're doing, so you need to be able to plan out. So I'm obsessive with that as well. No question about that. Another great segue though is advice. What is some advice that you would give someone that's maybe coming into college that wants to be a journalist, or somebody that may be graduating from college that wants to be a journalist, or maybe an intern somewhere that might be interning? What kind of advice would you give that individual that wants to pursue a job in journalism?
I think a big thing is you can do whatever you want. You have free will, and that's like easier said than done. But I've learned a lot since graduating and even before that about, I guess, what I want to do. And once you kind of look into yourself about what you want to do and what you want to write and report on, or what career you want to enter, once you like know that within yourself, it makes things a lot easier because then you realize that you can do whatever you want. And when you know what you want, you can get what you want and do what you want.
I like that. Now, while you were reporting for the Daily Lobo, which is obviously the student newspaper there at New Mexico, what was some of the things that how do I word this? What were some of the things that you learned about? Did you learn about yourself as far as doing what you want, or did you kind of learn that after you graduated? Or talk about your time with the Daily Lobo and how was that, and learn that process of learning how to be a better journalist.
It was definitely a bit of a process at the time to kind of learn about what I wanted to do. And at the Daily Lobo, we didn't have a writing coach or mentor. It was just the students. So like I was the managing editor. One of my best friends was the editor in chief, and it was just us students, kind of helping
Uh,
everybody with things. So that was definitely gave me a chance to like realize that I can do whatever I want, having that leadership role. So I put in a lot of effort to like kind of making better training techniques and like scheduling and things like that. So I think that not necessarily on the journalism side, but on the like scheduling side of things, I think it taught me a lot about like you can make your own schedule, you can work with other people to make a schedule. I think that, and you can work with other people to teach them things, and they can also teach
right.
you right back.
Okay, so it sounds like time management is something that you definitely learned from that role. That I'm getting out of that, or what you just said. Am I right about that?
Yeah, I mean, it was definitely a work in progress. I think my time management has improved ever since I started freelancing. But
Sure.
yeah, I think time management it gave me a start in the process of learning how to do it.
Okay. Now, let me ask you this. Give me a top three articles that you have written, because I've read some of your work, and I think you're amazing. I think you're an amazing writer, no question about that. And most journalists who would read your work would say the same about you. And all journalists read other people's work to just get an idea and get a sense of, get better, right? So tell me about your process as far as read go.
Um, yeah. Oh, something's echoing. Um, oh, can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay, sorry, my computer's glitching out a bit. Can you repeat your question one more time? Sorry.
No, you're good. You're good. No problem. I was saying, talk to me about your top three articles that you've written, and the most impactful that has been into your journalism career thus far. I mean, obviously, I know you're just getting started as far as in journalism because you just graduated last year. But talk to me about the most impactful articles that you've written so far.
The one that always comes to my mind is one of the first articles I wrote at the Daily Lobo about the Clery Act. So what the Clery Act is it's a federal crime transparency law that requires universities to report crime and things that happen on campus. So basically, me and my fellow reporter Lily Alexander, we dug into the Clery Act and we basically found that UNM wasn't complying with it. And after we
Wow.
published the article, they started to comply with it. So that was like some really tangible impact that I saw just a day or two after publishing that. And another one on that similar realm of things, that story kind of ended up snowballing into another story that we kind of fell into about body cameras with the university police department.
Oh,
Our
okay.
local law requires all police officers to have body cameras, but there was a little loophole in there that excluded university police officers. So our university police officers ran with that and didn't get body cameras. So that was another thing that we published that story, and then shortly after is when the university got body cameras and a bill was introduced to close that loophole. So that was my second favorite like impact, and then another one that
Hmm.
I liked that I've done recently was I something I wrote about at the Daily Lobo, and now I wrote this for PBS. I wrote about the logical fallacies that were going on in the debates. So like things like if they're using straw man, if they're avoiding the question, if they're attacking their opponent for no reason, things like that. I
Right.
kind of just listened through our Democratic governor debate, kind
Hmm.
of found all the logical flaws in there and just wrote them out all in one article for PBS. So that's just more creative sort of thing that I like doing as well.
Okay. If I said, Lauren, give me a top four. I'm huge in the list, but give me a top four of hobbies that you would like to do, like on your free time. And, just to be able to say, what does Lauren like to do? You would say what?
I like to play cello. I was good at it in high school, not so much
Hey.
anymore, but I'm trying to revamp my skills.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then crochet. I do a lot of crocheting. I'm kind of just making blankets and squares and things. It's just a good side thing to do while listening to a podcast or talking to people. That's really great. And then I
Okay.
like to rock climb. I'm not that good at it either, but I go to the indoor rock climbing gym near me.
Yeah.
And then I guess the fourth one would be bartending, kind of. That's something that I'm enjoying doing on the side as well.
Okay. Listen, I wish I could crochet. I am absolutely terrible at it for sure. Just like hockey, I'm terrible at that too. There's no question about that. I cannot skate to save my life. But the one thing that you did say that I absolutely love is rock climbing. So I do love the rock climb. I have not been outdoors, only indoor rock climbing for me. But I do love it. That's for sure. So I like that. Okay. We have came to the portion of my podcast now that we're going to play my interactive game called This or That. It's a game that I like to play with all my guests here on the Work Hard, Play Harder podcast. And it's very simple, Lauren. I'm going to throw some things at you, and you get to choose this or that. So, are you ready?
Yes.
All right, here we go. The first question is, out of these two restaurants, which restaurant would you rather go in, sit down, and eat at? Texas Roadhouse or Longhorn Steakhouse?
Texas Roadhouse.
Oh yeah, you like the cinnamon buns, don't you? I know that's right. I
That's
know that's right. I do too. I do too. That makes me smile. Okay, let's keep this thing going. Out of these two flavors, which flavor would you rather put on the chicken wing? Barbecue or lemon pepper?
lemon pepper.
Do you like your wings wet or dry?
Wet.
Do you like your wings bone in or boneless?
Bone in.
So you like to get a little messy with it.
Yeah, yep.
Okay, girl, you bringing a smile to my face. I like that. We 2 for 2. I like lemon pepper wet wings too. I love that. Okay, that's amazing. Now, if I ask you, Lauren, what genre of music do you like listening to? You would tell me all music, or would you tell me a specific genre?
Like indie pop.
Indie pop. Okay, okay, I like that. Now, I'm gonna ask you these next 5 questions. I'm gonna ask you, is music artists you rather go see in concert? Okay, so here's the first one. Which music artist would you rather go see? Would you rather go see Taylor Swift or Dua Lipa?
Taylor Swift.
Okay, I like that. You was very decisive on that. Okay, all right, we'll keep it going. Here we go. Which music artist out of these two would you rather go see? Would you rather go see Ariana Grande or would you rather go see SZA?
SZA.
Oh, okay. All right. So you know you said that with some flavor, girl. Like you some scissor. Okay, I'm with you on that. Hey, I like scissor too now. All right, I like it. Here we go. Which music artist would you rather go see in concert? Usher or Chris Brown?
Ooh, I don't really know either of those. Usher, I guess. Yeah.
Oh, oh, okay, okay. That's all right. I got a bonus one. I got a bonus one. Which music concert would you rather go see? Would you rather go see I'm gonna say Alex Warren, or would you rather see Noah Kahan?
Noah Khan for sure. I'm going to see him later this year.
All right. Okay. Okay. So one of my favorite songs of his is called Dow Drunk. Okay, so you know about that. You know about that song. Okay,
Yeah,
got you.
one of my
That's
favorites.
one of my favorite songs. Okay. Girl, you on fire right now. Let's keep this thing going. Which music concert out of these two would you rather go see? Would you rather go see? This is gonna be a little off, probably from the music that you normally listen to. But I'm gonna say Kendrick Lamar or Drake.
Kendrick Lamar. I don't listen to him a whole lot, but that Super Bowl halftime show definitely got me into that a little bit.
I feel you on that. Fun fact, I actually was at that Super Bowl. I had a chance to cover that Super Bowl in New Orleans, is what you're talking about with the Eagles and Chiefs. I was there at the Superdome. I was blessed enough to be there, so that was great
Wow,
covering that. So that was awesome.
very lucky.
Yes, it was great. It was a really good show. Last of the music. Which music concert would you rather go see? I'm a huge DJ guy. Don't know if you're a huge DJ guy, but I'm gonna throw these two out there. Kygo or Tiesto?
I don't know either of those.
Ooh, okay, that's all right. We'll flip it. We'll flip it. Do you know David Guetta?
No.
Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Okay, here we go. All right. I always have a backup. I always have a backup. I keep them coming. Which music concert out of these two would you rather go see? Okay. Would you rather go see, I say, Katy Perry, or would you rather see, I would say, Christina Aguilera?
Ooh, I don't know. I'd say Katy Perry, but that one's a close one, I guess.
I figured that would be close. I figured that one would be close with you, with the vibe that you're giving me. Okay, I like that. But Katy Perry's Teenage Dream is still one of my favorite albums ever.
Oh yeah.
No question about it. No question. So I love that. Okay, back to the sports. Just have two. Here we go. If it was on your TV, Lauren, which sport would you rather watch on TV? Baseball or hockey?
Ooh, baseball, I think.
Okay, here we go. Which of these two sports would you rather play? Badminton or bowling?
Ooh, bowling.
Are you a good bowler?
No, but I like it. It's fun.
I like the fact that you're honest with me. You just said nah, I'm not. But I try, and it's okay. And I go with a group of friends, so it's fine. All right, I got you. And I'm sure you probably have a cold beverage there while you're there. I'm sure you
Oh
probably
yeah.
have one of those. Okay, then that's my type of friend that I need. I need a friend like that there. So that's awesome. I love that. Okay, do you like desserts?
Yes.
Okay, so I'm going to name 4 categories of desserts, and your job is to choose one of these categories that you'll never eat again. Okay, so here we go. The first category is ice cream. The second category is cookies. The third category is grouped together, so it's pies/cakes. The last category is going to be candy. Which one are you getting rid of?
Pies and cakes. I think I'm not very big on frosting and things like that.
Okay, now if I ask you, Lauren, what is your favorite ice cream flavor? You would say,
Pistachio.
say what?
Pistachio ice cream is the best one.
Okay. All right, all right. That threw me off a little bit because I never heard pistachio ice cream.
It's real good. We have Pistachio Land here in New Mexico. I've never been, but they sell pistachio ice cream, and the world's biggest pistachio sculpture is in our state. So
Okay, all right. I'm a very simple guy. Chocolate chip cookie dough, cookies and cream is number one. Cookie dough is number two, and then mint chocolate chip is a number three for sure. So those are my 3 favorites. Do you like potato chips?
oh yeah.
So same format. I'm going to name 4 brands of potato chips. You have to choose one of these brands to get rid of. So here we go. First brand is Doritos. The next brand is Lay's. The next brand is Pringles. The last brand is Ruffles. Which one are you getting rid of?
Doritos.
Okay, I like that. You kept my favorite chip on there, so I like that. But if we're walking into a grocery store together, Lauren, and I say, please go to the chip aisle and buy your favorite chip, what chip are you buying?
The Munchies brand, spicy chips, and they have like all these flavors mixed in. The flaming hot ones.
Oh, the Munchies brand. What the hell? What is that? I've never even heard of that. The Munchies brand?
It's like a combination of the different brands. There's like Sun Chips,
Yeah.
Cheetos, Doritos in
Oh,
there,
wow.
and it's all in the flaming hot Cheeto dust. It's really good.
Okay, I might have to Wikipedia that. I'm gonna have to see where those are at and try those, and I promise I'll get back to you on that because I've never even heard of that before for sure. So I got 2 things to try that you told me: pistachio ice cream and Munchies chips. Okay, that's pretty cool, and you did very good on this or that. Very good, very decisive. I like that. Now, you're very welcome. Now, my next question is called bucket list. The reason why it's called bucket list is because I want you to speak it into existence. So, this question is a top four question. I want you to give me a top four stories or events that you would like to cover in your journalism career that you haven't done yet.
Ooh, I would definitely like to cover a debate like live as it's going on. I think I've kind of done some debate coverage, but not as it's going on. I think a presidential election night in a good year would be a great thing to cover.
Okay,
Specific years.
sure.
And um, I think another one is like campaign finance stuff in New Mexico. I'd like to dig more into what's going on with that and just kind of bring some light to that. Um, and then last one, I think it would be great to cover like any sort of like big breaking news, be like on the ground for just anything like big happening that was unexpected, like maybe crime, maybe not.
Okay, I like that. Does it matter Republican, Democratic, as far as the Republican Party or Democratic nomination, as far as debate goes, or do you mind want to cover both?
The Democratic one is like, well, actually, it's a little less interesting than the Republican one, so I guess I would like to cover both.
Okay, okay, I feel that. I feel that. Now, I want to ask you this question because I asked you earlier about advice you would give someone, but now I want to ask you, what is some advice that someone has gave you that you hold on dearly to?
Ooh, I think like do it scared is like a big one, and I'm not sure
Wow.
who exactly has said that, but that's just one I hear around, and that's support that I've gotten from like teachers and stuff is like if you're scared, do it still. If you're gonna like approach a source, for example, if you have to go and talk to somebody who is like maybe just like a big image better than you and you're scared about that, like don't be or do be scared, but do it anyways.
Okay, do it scared. Definitely a first here on the Work Hard, Play Harder podcast. I don't think I've heard that phrase before, but I love it. I love that, and I'm definitely going to steal that. Whoever said that phrase out there to Lauren, I appreciate it, no question. We have reached the portion of the podcast now that we're going to do some rapid fire, and the rapid fire is a little different than this or that. The rapid fire is the first thing that comes to your mind. You just shout it out with glee. No pun intended. Okay, so here we go. Pancakes or waffles?
Pancakes,
Okay. Chicken or ribs?
chicken,
Juice or soda?
juice,
Favorite color?
green.
Oh, that's my favorite color. Oh, I
All
like that. Okay, you're gonna make me blush, girl. You know how hard that is with my pigmentation? I like that. All
right.
right. Here we go. Favorite Netflix TV series or television show on TV?
BoJack Horseman.
Say what?
BoJack Horseman. It's animated.
Oh, okay. Girl, you give me a lot of first on here. Okay, here we go. I like that. I like that. Favorite board game?
Ooh. Um. Uh. I forget what it's called. Catan. Mm, I can't remember the name of it.
Oh, okay.
Catan. I think.
Catan. Okay. Favorite card game?
Um. I like a Go Fish. A classic Go Fish.
I don't think I played Go Fish since I was like 4 years old. It's been a minute. Okay, I'm with you on that though. You're not the first one to say goldfish though on this platform. So many people have said goldfish. Okay, favorite sandwich?
Like a turkey with bacon.
That's pretty good. If you had a choice to choose um, three people with you to go on vacation, so 3 plus 1 totaling 4. Who are the people that you're choosing and where would you go? Now, Lauren, before you choose, you could choose family, celebrities, or friends, or a combination of all three.
Ooh. Um. I would just go with probably my family, my parents and my brother. That's what comes to mind. And I've done plenty of trips with them as well. And I would go somewhere in Europe, maybe the UK. I've never been there.
Oh, yep, that's on the list too. No question about that. I definitely would love to go there myself. Now, if you had a choice to choose between three songs or three artists that you can listen to on repeat and never get tired of, who would those three artists or three songs be?
Three artists, I would say Noah Kahn.
Mm,
Um, I Taylor Swift, she has a lot of discography. Some things I don't like, but she has so many songs that you can't get tired of it all.
that's for
Um,
sure.
yeah, and then Phoebe Bridgers, probably.
B.B. Bridgers. Okay, that's another first. I've not heard of that name, but you definitely got to hit me up with at least a couple tracks offline and let me know what I got to listen to. Now, are you a fan of Taylor Swift's last album here, the Lifetimes of a Showgirl, I believe it's called?
Yeah, I am not a fan of that one. I That one was a miss for me. But the ones before that were pretty good.
So a lot of people have said that, to be honest with you. They have said that. Now, I'm not gonna lie, The Fate of Ophelia, that song, I thought that was a good song. I thought that was okay.
That one
However,
gets
the song she did with Sabrina Carpenter was all right too. All right. I'm not gonna say it was great, but it wasn't a bad song. However, I'm not a Swiftie, but I do like Wildest Dreams. That is my favorite of hers. It's just a great song. No question
a
about
good
that.
one, yeah.
Yes. Okay. Now, I want to ask you this. If they told you and came up to you and said, Lauren, we love the fact that you are a journalist and we love the fact that you report and do such a great job, which you obviously do. I think you're amazing. But we want you to do a different genre than news. What out of these three, which one would you choose? Would you choose sports? Would you choose travel? Or would you choose entertainment? Which of the three genres would you choose if you couldn't report on politics or data?
I think travel for sure. That's kind of something that's still on my radar, actually.
Oh, okay. I like that. I like that. If there was a job in journalism that you could do, whether it's an event or whether it's a job that you can do for a day, other than being a reporter, what job would that be and why?
Um, I've always thought it would be cool to like work in an ER and be like kind of on the emergency side of things. And the reason I think that is because I watched a lot of Grey's Anatomy and I recently watched The Pit. So I've just kind of been on a little bit of a bit of a spiel about that. Yeah.
Uh, okay. I like that. I like the fact that's a lot of damn Grey's Anatomy. It's like 20 plus seasons of Grey's Anatomy right there. Are
Yeah,
you a fan?
not really, because like they lost me for a couple seasons around season 16,
Oh
and then
my
I became a
gosh.
fan again after like 24 or whatever they're at now.
And God bless your heart for going 16 seasons strong with Grey's. For sure. No question. Okay, I like that. I want to ask this favorite alcoholic drink.
Moscow Mule.
Yeah, it's a solid one. Favorite non-alcoholic drink.
Arnold Palmer.
Oh, okay. I'm cheating on Arnold Palmer though. Don't give me a half and half. Give me like 60 lemonade, 40 tea. That's what I want. That's what I
I'm
like.
kind of the opposite, 60 tea, 40 lemonade.
Oh, I like it. I like that. I can respect it for sure. Okay. So I want to ask you this. This next question here is that when you play a sport, or if you were to play a sport, what sport would you play and dominate in?
Ooh. I don't know that I would dominate in a whole lot of sports. I'm not super good at that stuff, but I think hockey would be an interesting one. I'm not bad at skating, so I think it would be interesting to do that.
I feel that. Now, if I ask you the opposite, what is a sport that you would play that you would absolutely suck in? Now, I know you don't play many sports, but what is the sport that first comes to mind? You'd be like, oof, I'm gonna be really terrible at this.
Rugby. I kind of considered joining a women's rugby league at one point, and then I was like, no, I would get like beat up there.
Something tells me that you got like a physicalness to you, like you don't mind tackling people.
I wouldn't mind tackling people, but anybody could beat me in a fight, I'm sure.
Oh, well, yeah, rugby might not be it. It just might not be it for you. That's for sure. Okay, I feel you on that. If you had a choice, uh, for journalism purposes, to interview three people on the planet, just to pick their brain, not just for like journalism purposes, but just any three people that you would want to interview, who would those three people be?
Oh man. I think an artist of some sort would definitely be interesting. I'm gonna circle back to my easy answer here, which is Noah Kahn. I think
Okay,
that his music has really spoken to me, so the creative process is something I would like to learn about.
sure.
Um, I think right now Deb Haaland is our governor candidate for the Democratic Party. I was able to briefly interview her one time, and I think I would love to have like a full sit down interview with her about her experience as the Secretary of the Interior and all of that. Um, and for the third one, oh man. Um, Honestly, I think it would be interesting to interview Donald Trump. I would be like, it would just be interesting to hear what he would have to say.
Oh well, there's no question. You damn straight. It'll definitely be interesting on anything he got to say. There's no question about that one. For sure. Um, and this has been a really, really dope podcast, Lauren. And the reason why it's been dope is because I think you're amazing. I think you're absolutely talented. I mean, from the different articles that I've read that you've written, obviously from you growing up in New Mexico and being able to work out there in New Mexico and to graduate from the University of New Mexico, it had to be sweet. Let me ask you, how sweet is that to be able to be from there, work there, go to school there, and to work in your hometown in a place where so many people may know your face and know who you are?
It's definitely, I'm liking it a lot. I've had smaller, like I had an internship away from New Mexico last summer, and I always end up back here because, I mean, there's people, I've gotten sources and tips from people from like high school marching band. I've like, some of my best like tips for stories have been from like random people I knew in high school or whatever. So it's definitely really nice to have all these sorts of connections here.
Yeah, and I'm happy for you. I'm definitely a new fan of yours. I think a lot of people should obviously hop on the bandwagon because I only want to see you be able to go up from here. I am a huge supporter in whatever future endeavors that you do as a freelancer or even more of what you do. And I just want to say thank you again for allocating your time to me to be on my podcast and kind of share your story, your why of why you do what you do. My final question to you is that is there anything else you would like to add about yourself, journalism, freelancing, or anything at all before we conclude?
I think I want to circle back to like what I was saying about do it scared. I think that's just something I'd like to reiterate. Something that it's
Sure.
that I'm still in the process of learning, and that it takes a minute to learn, but just learning how to do it scared, I think that's pretty important.
Absolutely. Do it scared, y'all. Listen, if you don't do it, you'll never know. So you know what I mean? So please get out there, do it and do it with love. No doubt about it. So I just want to say again, thank you for coming on to my podcast. I want you to enjoy your Thursday evening and the rest of your weekend. You and I will most certainly be in touch and stay in touch. And I look forward to talking to you down the line.
For sure, for sure. Thank you so much for having me.
No doubt. You take care.
All right, thank you.